Ian Fleming's James Bond, 007, VARGR, Part 4. Mr. Hutchin? My name's Masters. I work at the office up there. That's the kind of sterling tradecraft I've come to expect from Berlin Station. James Bond. We need to go the other way. Did you possibly have a recent disagreement with some German Lebanese gentlemen? Interesting guess. Alzine hit the station. No survivors. We need to reach a secure extraction point. Do you have one in mind? Slaven Kerjak's building. The CIA know it. And they have secure lines out. And we need a secure line because Alzine are up on our mobile phones. Maybe you just gave them an excuse to hit us because this has obviously been planned for a while. All right. Look, I just told you they're up on the phones. Say nothing operational. Personal call, not work. Hello, Granddad. Mike's off, so it's just me here. Mike stands for mission, and if he says it's just him, then it's absolutely not. I'm not an idiot, Tanner. Understood, Bond. We have new data on the drugs. A more degraded sample, tellingly. They're in London, and they are extremely sophisticated synthetics. It is as if there's a disease somehow buried inside the cocaine's molecular structure, a narcotic Trojan horse. Well, that makes a disturbing amount of sense. Listen, the other party was useless, but I think my cousin's friend might be the better bet. I bumped into someone who claims he's from our firm. Going to visit our cousin's friend now, at his office. Very well. We can't raise Berlin Station, so we're about to get some local aid drafted. Yeah, that old house is apparently closed now. Talk soon. Shall we? It would be a pleasure. There's a terrible joke to be made about getting fired here, but I won't be the one to make it. Must be Alzine, striking back at anyone they think might be involved in this. Follow me. I see plenty of phones here. None of them are safe. In here. These lab units all have secure landlines. Mobile phones jam up in here anyway. You've been here before. A few times. The CIA lets us trot behind them like puppies on some meats. You know, the cousins. I know. I don't feel much. Desperate little bastard. Be a man, just go now. Oxytocin. Didn't they call this a pleasure chemical? Please. And hedonic can't process. Please, I've rarely been known to deny anyone their pleasure. Try some more. Maybe a massive overdose is exactly what you needed all along. Isn't that interesting? You don't feel much, but now you're overloaded. Experiencing even a ghost of pleasure must be absolutely horrible. Now then, you work for Slaven Kurzak, yes? Yes, please don't. I'm guessing that Ms. Reach with the hands does too. Yes? Oh God, please don't. I don't know what's happening. Now then, Mr. Kurzak appears to be in the wind. You know where he's gone, don't you? Please, I'm begging you. Please don't do this. No! I asked you a question. Where is Kurzak? Where's he moved to? VARGR! I don't know what that means. He must have another base of operations. VARGR! VARGR! What? VARGR! Please! VARGR! 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 The hard seal is a safety feature. Hello again. I'll be right with you, Mr. Kurzak. We take safety very seriously here, Bond. You shot all your employees and put a disease inside a drug, Mr. Kurzak. Did you wash your hands afterwards? Very good, Mr. Bond. I imagine almost getting murdered by some doubtless quite annoyed members of the Alzine clan was your biggest clue. Very nearly my only clue. You're an extremely paranoid man. So paranoid that I might have breezed in and out of here if there hadn't been traps, misdirection, and a couple of murder attempts. I would have thought someone who grew up in a concentration camp would be a little more circumspect about drawing attention to themselves. I worked in the concentration camps, Mr. Bond. It was a wondrous playground for a teenager. Complete control of contained systems. The inmates would have to drink from the contaminated river nearby, and I could watch to see who got sick and how the dysentery would spread. And it fascinated me. It was so beautiful. I thought to myself, this is how the world should be run. Controlled, with experiments. Britain is an island. The ways to get off it, sea, air, train, quite limited. It's a perfect test bed. A giant concentration camp with very few vectors for travel. We were actually looking for a cancer cure worth selling. Gene-edited macrophages inside a carrier medium trained to engulf cancer cells. It didn't work. The macrophages ate everything. Shredded bodies from the inside. And even better, the package spreads through the blood, leaked and sprayed by the lesions. It's almost like the little monsters throw up while they're eating you. I wanted to see what would happen in a perfect testbed. And you're telling me all this because I was keeping you engaged while the severe decontamination cycle in that unit counted down. Ah, you wouldn't mind telling me what kind of decontamination cycle? Extreme cleaning process for rooms and machines. 300 degrees Celsius. Nitrogen dioxide jets, that sort of thing. Safety first. Goodbye. It has been brief and unpleasant, but it has at least had a happy ending. Shit.